One day, she notices something strange. There is a room near their bedroom where Arav often goes and stays for many hours. He never talks about it. Curiosity grows inside her. That afternoon, when Arav is not at home, she slowly walks toward the room. The door is slightly open. Her heart beats faster as she steps inside. She freezes. The walls are filled with her pictures. There is a portrait of her sitting in the restaurant, her face turned slightly away. Another shows her standing at the traffic light, helping a child cross the road. One picture captures her sitting alone on a park bench, watching children play. And one portrait shows her sleeping peacefully. Her eyes widen in shock. She walks closer, her fingers trembling as she touches one frame. When did he make all this? She thinks. Tears fill her eyes. No one has ever looked at her like this, noticed her so deeply, so quietly. In that moment, she understands. Arav didn't marry her out of duty. He chose her long before she even knew his name. She sits quietly in the living room, lost in her thoughts. The images from that room keep coming back to her mind, those pictures, those moments, that silent care. Her mother-in-law notices her silence and comes to sit beside her. Mother-in-law, you look disturbed. Is everything alright, beta? She hesitates, then speaks softly. Auntie, can I ask you something? Mother-in-law, of course. She takes a breath. Arav, what kind of person was he as a child? A soft smile appears on her mother-in-law's face. Mother-in-law, very quiet, very responsible. He grew up too fast. She sighs gently. Mother-in-law, he lost his childhood early. From a young age, he learned to hide his pain and take care of others. She listens carefully. Mother-in-law, he never shares his feelings easily. But when he cares deeply. She lowers her eyes. Her mother-in-law continues, Mother-in-law, after your marriage, I've noticed a change in him. She looks up. What kind of change? Mother-in-law, he smiles more. He asks about you. He notices small things, what you eat, whether you are tired, if you've spoken today. She pauses and adds softly, Mother-in-law, he's never been like this before. Her heart beats faster. Mother-in-law, I observe him carefully, she says with warmth. He really likes you, not out of duty, but from his heart. Silence fills the room. She whispers, almost to herself, I didn't know. Her mother-in-law gently holds her hand. Mother-in-law, sometimes, love doesn't come loudly. Sometimes, it comes quietly, like Arav. Her eyes fill with emotion as the truth slowly settles in her heart. After that conversation, she starts thinking about Arav more than before. She begins to notice the small things he does for her, things she once ignored. When she wakes up late, she finds breakfast kept aside for her. When she forgets her dupatta, he quietly hands it to her without a word. If she looks tired, he asks gently, do you want tea? Even before she speaks. She notices how he adjusts his schedule to come home early, how he listens without interrupting, how he never forces her to smile but still tries to make her comfortable. When she struggles with a small household task, Arav steps in calmly. Let me help, he says, as if it's the most natural thing in the world. Slowly, she understands. He is not trying to impress her with big gestures. He is trying to make her happy through small, thoughtful acts. For the first time, her heart softens. The walls she built around herself begin to crack, quietly, gently, just like the way Arav loves. That evening, the house is quiet. Their parents have gone out to attend a party. Only the soft sound of the fan fills the room. She sits on the sofa, holding a cup of tea, lost in her thoughts. Arav sits across from her, scrolling through his phone. He looks at her once, then again. Something is clearly bothering her. She opens her mouth as if to say something, then stops. Arav notices. He keeps his phone aside. Arav, you want to ask something, don't you? She looks at him, slightly nervous. I do, but I don't know how. Arav, it's okay, say it. She takes a deep breath. The room near our bedroom, the portraits. When did you make them? Arav goes quiet for a moment. Arav, you saw them? She nods. Yes. I hope you don't mind. He shakes his head gently. Arav, no, I don't. She looks at him carefully. You're really good at drawing. I didn't know you paint. A small smile appears on his face. Arav, I love to draw. It's one of my hobbies. She hesitates again, then asks softly, I've also seen some paintings around the house. Are those yours too? Arav, yes. There's a pause. She finally asks the question she's been afraid of. You knew me before marriage, didn't you? Arav exhales slowly. Arav, Yes, she looks surprised but stays quiet. Arav, I saw you first at my restaurant, then again at the traffic light, and later in the park. She listens, her heart pounding. Arav, at that time, I didn't understand what I was feeling. I just knew that something inside me changed. He continues honestly, Arav, I started drawing you without realizing why. Those drawings helped me understand my own feelings. He looks at her, his eyes sincere. Arav, that's when I realized I had feelings for you, long before our families talked about marriage. Her fingers tighten around the cup. And after marriage? Arav answers without hesitation. Arav, after marriage, those feelings only became stronger. Silence fills the room, but it is calm, warm, and full of meaning. For the first time, she truly understands, their marriage didn't begin with obligation, it began with quiet love. After that, days start passing like this. Slowly, she becomes more comfortable around Arav. She no longer avoids him or ignores his presence. She talks to him, shares small moments, and even smiles sometimes. Arav notices the change but doesn't rush her. He stays patient, giving her space while staying close. Yet, her past doesn't leave her completely. Some nights, memories return in the form of nightmares. She wakes up suddenly, her breath uneven, her heart racing. The shadows of her past still follow her, reminding her why she built walls around herself. Arav doesn't always know what she sees in those dreams, but he knows she is fighting something deep inside. And this time, she is not fighting it alone.